Did you know you could become type 1 diabetic at any age? I didn't know. I thought only teens or younger became type 1. When I was 37, I was exercising, doing a body cleanse, eating really, really healthy, low carbs, salads, chicken, all that. I was doing this for a while and my eyesight became blurry. I had glasses already, so I thought that that was a sign that my eyesight was getting better. A little bit later, while I was with my family at a water park, I was in line with my kids and I remember my mouth feeling very, very, very dry, feeling like there's no saliva in my mouth. It was just crazy. And I had just drunk some soda. A little bit later, we went on a trip. Before our trip, I got a case of water and I was drinking the water, just drinking it and drinking it, trying to quench the thirst, okay? Because it was so dry. My mouth was just so dry. And we had to stop at every gas station, every bathroom stop area. And my husband brought up the fact that, this isn't normal. You might be diabetic. And I really didn't want to hear that. Why would you even suggest that? I totally forgot about that. And then when we got back home from our trip, my parents were passing through, going back home from Utah, going back up to northern Idaho. And they stopped in and I told my mom what was going on, the different symptoms. And she said, well, let's check your blood sugar. And my dad was type 2. So he had a glucometer. We checked my blood sugar and it was 422. Right then and there, I knew I was a diabetic. But at the same time, I still needed to go to the doctor to get the official diagnosis. So I went ahead and made my appointment for the doctor. Unfortunately, they didn't do tests like the C-peptides test to see if there's how much insulin my body's making or see if there's antibodies, anything like that. They just assumed I was type 2 because my dad was type 2 and it's adult onset. My doctor gave me metformin and Lantus. And it didn't bring my blood sugars down. It basically did nothing. I was pretty frustrated and overwhelmed and kind of scared. I didn't know what to do. And so I called my sister and she was diabetic, is diabetic. And I asked her, I said, the doctor gave me these two things and it's not bringing my blood sugar down. And she said, you most likely are type 1, like me, adult onset type 1. I went back to the doctor and I said, it's not bringing my blood sugars down. I'm eating healthy. I'm eating salads, exercising, steak, mostly salads though, just trying to eat low carb. It was not doing it. I needed to have Humalog and Novolog. Right now, I'm taking Lispro. It's the same thing, basically. I went a full year without a pump and I didn't have a continuous glucose monitor. I feel that if you have type 1, a continuous glucose monitor is essential. I couldn't keep track of my blood sugars, even testing them. Like I would prick my finger, check my blood sugar, and it was basically a snapshot into going up fast, going down fast. I could not rely on it, basically, because they suggested to take 1 unit of insulin for every 15 grams of carbs. Apparently, I am also insulin resistant. So it is like I need 1 unit of insulin for every 5 grams of carbs. Trying to figure out my ratio was a nightmare, not having a continuous glucose monitor and or a pump. So I was also really scared giving myself the insulin. It was an insulin pen. It's all in there and you just turn the knob at the end. And yes, it has a little needle at the end, but it wasn't a syringe, you're pulling from the bottle. So I was really scared giving myself the shots every day. It was very, very stressful and I didn't know anyone that could help me, basically. And the doctors really didn't do a whole lot. And they gave me a list of all these foods that I could eat, which my body, they're just like, yeah, you can eat all this food. Just give yourself enough insulin for it. That's not the case. Like bread, rice, noodles, fried foods, my blood sugars would go up and stay up. And so then to try to get them down, it was pretty hard. It's like it was resistant. It would stay up. Now I figured out that it would stay up because it's high carb and high fat. So anything that's high carb and high fat, for me anyways, it made my blood sugar stay up high for a long time. Well, let's say I go out to Texas Roadhouse. I eat their salad and a steak. But guess what? I also had a roll. And just because I had a roll, I gave myself enough insulin for it. But my blood sugars went up high, stayed high for a long time, and then, or it went down and then right back up and stayed all night. It was really frustrating. And I didn't find out till just a few years ago that it was actually type 1.5. It's called latent autoimmune diabetes in adults, LADA. It's a thing. It's autoimmune. If you notice you have a lot of autoimmune disorders, there is a possibility it just could happen. It's not like eating healthy and exercise will prevent it like it can with type 2. So that's how I found out I was type 1. If you would like to know all the symptoms to look for, like and subscribe and watch this video.